Wanted, loving live-in nanny to care for working couple's only child. Must be willing to relocate to Mysteria. Private bedroom in home. Call for salary and details. Demon! Lucifer bellowed loud enough to shake the depths of hell. Molten rocks fell from the walls, sending shrieking banshees into the shadows and waking every manner of dark creature. Head bowed, her hands clasped in submission, Shay scurried forward and to answer her master's bidding. "You are late." Lucifer tugged on his back goatee. "What's your excuse this time?" "This demon offers exquisite apologies, my lord. This demon had a raft full of orphans to set adrift in shark-infested waters." "And did you?" "Yes, master." She chanced a peek at him. "Is something amiss, master?" His horns paused as he sank his pitchfork into solid rock and bellowed once more in rage. It was clear that something had made him very, very angry. Shay hoped it wasn't anything she'd done. How quickly he could change her back into what she was at the beginning of time. Nothing. "I will never surrender to the spawn of a demon whose ass I fired for committing random acts of kindness." He jerked a claw at the cave wall. The stones shimmered and opened up to a view of a charming town. A tall man of dark good looks strode down a road leading to a cottage and a small church. Damon of Mysteria. She narrowed her eyes, scanning the scene with slitted pupils. She was starting to understand the reason for her summons. For 10 centuries, Damon had served as Lucifer's demon, High Lord of self-doubt and second thoughts, until he was caught red-handed committing random acts of kindness. After a couple of 100 years of torture, Lucifer made him mortal, sentencing him to live out his days in Mysteria, the very town he'd saved hundreds of years before. Such a mundane, pitiful existence was every demon's worst nightmare. Except that Damon didn't seem to be suffering at all. He'd fallen in love, not only with his sorry life, but with a human woman. A woman of God, no less. Harmony faithful, who presided over Mysteria's silly little house of worship. Not that Lucifer had taken it sitting down. Rumors circulating around the lava pools reported that the devil had been acting downright petulant about Damon's, dare she say it, contentment. The Dark Lord had sent wave after wave of sub-demons and other obnoxious creatures up through the gates of hell to torment Damon and his new wife, along with the residents of Mysteria, many of whom were undead themselves. Each time the town fought back, no one was quite sure how or even why they could, but the matter was being investigated. Now, the couple was married. Harmony was said to adore the former demon beyond all reason. Shay snorted. No man was worth that kind of dreamy, idle brain worship. If that wasn't bad enough, they spawned a child. It was all so revealating. Shay made a face. Clearly, Lucifer wanted the family broken apart. "I'll bed him as soon as I arrive there, master. Or perhaps her. I can do them both." "No, you stupid creature." He hoisted her off her feet. "I do not want you to bed them. I want you to destroy their child." She hung, trembling, from her master's clawed hands. His crimson eyes were whirlpools of lava, threatening to suck her in, luring her deeper and deeper. If she lost herself in those eyes, she would be trapped. Unable to free herself, she would end. A slow smile revealed his glittering fangs. You fear the end of your existence. He knows. Of course, he said. Of course, he did. Did she think she could keep her deepest fears secret? Answer me, demon. He shook her hard. Goblins and gargoyles somersaulted through the shadows, fleeing the chambers and Lucifer's wrath. Yes, she wheezed in his grasp. This humble demon fears being no more. His fanged smile widened. His glowing eyes sparkled with malice. Then you will not fail me. No, master. Win their trust, so they let you near the child. Yes, master. And stay away from the fountain, he growled. What fountain? What fountain? He shook her, fire erupting in his eyes. If only you were as smart as you are evil. Mysterious fountain, stupid demon. The wishing fountain. Do not go near it. Why? Even as she asked, she knew it was a mistake to do so. He shook her so hard that her ears rang. My word is law. It is not to be questioned. Go earthward and win the trust of the family. Then kill the child and bring its bones back to me. Fail and... He brought her face to face with him. I will erase you, eradicate you, stamp you out for all eternity. His roar shook the entire cave. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide, I will find you and end you. You will never escape your fate. Sputtering, he threw her to the ground. She scrabbled backwards to her feet, stumbling away from his threat. I will find you and end you. Humans had their heaven or hell. Angels also could look forward to heaven. As well, all manner of undead creatures had a future ahead of them, whether they were vampire, shapeshifters, or even ghosts. But for a ruined demon, eternity meant nothing. Zero, zilch. She simply would no longer be. The prospects frightened she more than anything else. She would find the child and kill it. There was no other choice. Failure was simply not an option. Damon knew father, an ex-demon, climbed the porch stairs to the home he shared with his wife, Harmony, mysterious minister. Their black lab, Booba, bounced around his heel, barking happily. Before Damon reached the top of the stairs, Dr. Fogg burst out, juggling his black medical bag and his ever-present BlackBerry as he pushed his glasses up his nose. Damon's heart rolled over. His wife, his babe. He couldn't bear the thought of any harm coming to them. Is everything all right, doctor? In your house? Yes. My visit with your wife was interrupted. They need me at the high school. Fighting fairies practice was a little rougher than usual today. I do like American football, Damon admitted. Football? It was the cheerleaders. Fogg ran a finger around the inside of his collar as he trotted the rest of the way down the stairs. Despite his intellectual outward appearance, Fogg had taken a wild elf princess as a wife. Wild elves lived outside Mysteria and outside the law. When they mated with humans, it was usually by force. A month into the surprise marriage, the elf left him. The mild-mannered doctor had referred himself to Harmony for spiritual counseling. Today had been the first session. Harmony stood in the doorway. Well, she said with a sigh, that was interesting. Damon lifted a brow at his worried-looking wife. He doesn't look well, lass. He's not. The poor man. He'd been through a hard time. I think today helped. A lot. He'll be back. As for you, come here, honey. I need a kiss. The lass knew how to do things with her mouth no woman of God should know how to do, but he was glad of it. He took a moment to hold her close, cupping her sweet face in his hand, savoring the feel of her skin and the love shining in her eyes as she smiled up at him. He'd existed 10,000 years before Harmony. In his mind, life had only just begun. He brushed one more kiss across her lips and took her hand. Diamond Jr. misses his daddy, she said, leading him inside. In the kitchen, little Diamond sat in his high chair. He squirreled in delight seeing his father. Papa, the vase of flowers on the kitchen table jumped, took 2 hops and stopped. Oh my gosh, Harmony cried, rushing for a dish towel to mop up the spill as Diamond said sternly, Son, I told you no moving furnitures or any other items without my or your mother's permission. Harmony paled, the damp cloth dangling from her hand. Are you saying little Diamond moved that vase? I saw him do it for the first time the other day, when you came home from the store and the lamp fell. That was the wind. Nay, he said quietly. You mean our baby has powers? She practically squeaked. He tried to reach for her hand, but she'd shoved it through her hair. We talked about the possibility when you were pregnant, love. I know, but, she sighed, we thought the chance of your demon powers being passed on in your DNA was remote, if not impossible. Impossible is a woman of God falling in love with an ex-demon, he said tenderly. Impossible is a former minion of Lucifer finding out he has a soul. And yet, both happened. I, love, who are we to say what is possible and what is not? Besides, I am not the only one with powers in this relationship. Harmony was a powerful seer, a talent she'd inherited from her grandmother. She hadn't yet fully come to terms with what she was. He wasn't surprised she'd forgotten that he wasn't the only one supplying their offspring's supernatural genes. The vase jumped again. Harmony turned to their son, shaking her fingers at him. Diamond Jr., you heard your father. No telekinesis. She made a face. I can't believe I just said that. The babe flashed a blinding grin, and Harmony melted. The little charmer, he has a smile, honey. I'm going to have to become immune to it if I'm ever going to effectively discipline this kid. Oh, Diamond, what are we going to do? He's only a year old, lass. In time, he'll learn to control his powers. Powers that Demon predicted would grow even stronger as he aged. It's of utmost importance that we keep his abilities secret from Lucifer. I don't know that'll be a problem, seeing that I haven't talked to your former boss in. Harmony pretended to concentrate. Ages. Our path just never seemed to cross. She quipped sarcastically. Then, she noticed how serious he was, and her eyes opened wide. Will Satan be able to sense him? Will he know what our baby can do? Oh Lord, Damon, will he try to hurt our child? Fear gripped Damon, anger too. We'll do everything in our power to ensure that never happens. But one day, the boy will rise as a powerful rival to the devil. Little Damon giggled, and the ice cube in the pitcher of iced tea rattled. Diamond Jr., Harmony scolded in unison with Damon. Then she whirled on him, eyes ablaze. As for your last comment, Damon of Mysteria, don't think I didn't notice you sneak that in. There will be no ultimate showdowns between our baby and the devil. Do you hear me? I forbid it. Outside, thunder rumbled as Harmony took a seat at the table. She mumbled grace before serving lunch, which they ate awed into silence by the prospect of epic battles of good and evil. A few moments later, the first raindrops began to fall. The doors to hell opened with a belch of heat, expelling a single demon before slamming closed again. The forest sang with squeak and scrambling of few winged subdemons and goblins, released when the hellhole opened. The lesser beasts scattered into the mist, off to their wanton mischief. But the demon, experienced and centuries old, scurried with purpose through the rain. There were miles yet to cover before reaching the hamlet of Mysteria. Mindful was the demon of keeping out of the sight of humans. It could not be interrupted, stymied, or sidetracked. It had a job to do. Find the child, kill it before it grew to adulthood, and challenge Lucifer himself. Fail, and I will erase you, eradicate you, stamp you out for all eternity. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide, I will find you and end you. The she-demon cowered and hissed, crouching out the sight as she took on her traditional human form. Her coarse, red hide fell down, replaced by smooth, creamy flesh. Cloven hoofs, elongated into 2 feet, complete with 10 perfect shell-pink toenails. Gone were the horns, sprouting from her skull. In their place were jaw-length waves in rich reddish brown. Slits no longer dominated her copper-colored eyes. They were rimmed with dark lashes, appearing completely human. No one would be able to tell what she was and what she'd come here to do. Kill. The wind howled and shook the canopy of rain-drenched trees. Under the cloak of